How do you know if you're training hard enough in the gym? And that's what I'm going to teach you today, so you waste less of your time, make more progress, and actually get the return from your efforts. So firstly, I'm going to teach you how to do this, then I'm going to show you exactly what this looks like, so you no longer are left second guessing yourself. So let's get straight into it.
So RPE, or rate of perceived exertion, is simply how hard you felt a set was. And this is typically measured on a scale of 1 to 10 at the end of your set. So you finish your set, you say, out of 10, how hard was that? It's subjective, it's an opinion. However, you can improve this by using its kind of little twin brother, twin sister, reps in reserve, or RIR. This is a more objective measure. It's how many reps you have left before you fail. So the first thing you might notice is that these numbers together always equal 10. There's a reason for that. And we're just going to kind of leave everything below kind of like 7 just down there. It's not that really important down here. So an RPE 10 or 0 reps in reserve is literally what it says on the tin. Complete failure. You couldn't do another rep if you tried. You've pushed the weight up and it just doesn't move. It doesn't budge. 9 RPE or 1 rep in reserve is the same concept. It's very close to failure, but you have 1 more rep in the tank. And if we keep doing this logically, 8 RPE or 2 reps in reserve means you have 2 reps left in the tank. And then vice versa, 3 reps left at 7. Typically, we want to spend all of our time, or the majority of our time, should I say, between here, 7 and 10, or 3 to 0 RIR. So for this example, I'm going to be using a dumbbell bench press, and we're going to talk about RPE 7. So basically what this means is at 7 out of 10 effort, I should be able to do 3 more quality reps if I stop. But you're probably already asking, how do I know how many more reps I can do? Because it is subjective to some extent. But there is a way to test this. I'm doing this with a dumbbell bench press, but I recommend you do this with machines like leg press, seated rows, chest press machine, because they're far safer. I have plenty of years of training experience to do this with free weights. If you're very well trained, be my guest, but I highly recommend a machine. So what we're going to do, so you're going to pick a weight you can do roughly around 8 to 12 reps with, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to lift it until you think you can only do 3 more reps. And you're going to say that out loud, or at least mentally in your head. You're then going to continue doing the reps until you can't do any more. So for example, if I did 10 reps and I said I can do 3 more after this, that means I should hit 13 reps. However, if I was right, that would be 13. However, sometimes, which is more often than not, especially if you're new to this, you might end up doing 15 or 16. So let's test it out. Right, I think I could do 3 more, that's 12. Okay. So for our example, I said I could do 3 more at 12. I hit 16 reps, which technically meant I could have done 4 more. I wasn't far out, and that's what you kind of want to be. This is not a pass or fail test. This is just information, and it's information that's going to make you better at doing this more in the future. But I now know that with 25 kilos, I can lift that for 16 reps. So if I was only prescribed to do 10 reps and I was lifting those 25 kilos, knowing I can do up to 16 reps, that's not always going to be heavy enough. There are times where this doesn't apply. Obviously, in earlier weeks into your program, rehab settings, other bits like that, the load isn't always the focus. But if you're mainly trying to lift, get stronger and build muscle and tone up, you're going to want to be within 3 reps within reserve. So for this weight, for me, ideally 13 reps with this weight. So if I was meant to be lifting for 10 reps, I would probably increase up to the next weight at 27 or 30 kilos. So the next time you're in the gym, try this RPE RIR test. Try to refer to reps in reserve or RPE. RPE is typically more subjective, more how you feel. RIR, reps in reserve, is more of an objective number, as I showed there. Again, spend more of your time working at a 7 out of 10 or 3 reps in reserve at least, and no more, and you'll probably get more from your training and waste less time not getting stronger or not building the muscle you actually want.